There you go. But I just want to say, like, Dan has gone very corporate now.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's the new surroundings. I'm just sharing this.
Pretty sure it's about being professional, boys and girls.
Being professional. Did you know this was going to be a video podcast?
Yeah.
Sleeveless.
Yeah.
Sleeveless.
That's why I did arms this morning.
That's why you look extra jacked.
Yeah, I'm looking swole. I had
Dan,
some milk on the way here.
Yeah. Dan is a gym guy now, which I never thought. Like, he came in very cunty this morning.
Well, you've always been a guy who goes to the gym, right? I mean, you're...
Yeah, but now he has gym guy attitude.
Yeah, I have gym guy attitude.
What is gym guy? As someone who's been to a gym like 5 times in my life and then just like stopped going shamefully.
Well, have you ever met
twice with delivering food?
So should we say hello and welcome to the Almost Irons podcast? Yeah. I'm Dan Barry.
Hey, it's Dennis Rooney, everybody.
And Mick Thomas is back again.
So if you ever want to know what a gym guy's like, the best way to describe it is, have you ever met Mick Thomas?
Mick would be the supportive gym guy though, because he's
he would not.
Well, now he would
not,
because you're getting gym broy. You're getting very life coachy, as we've discussed in the past.
That's a good way. That's
full positivity, long hair.
Yeah, I walked by the last time I was at a gym. I'll say a Planet Fitness because I'm a man of the people. there was a guy there, very, very, very heavy set guy, and he was doing something wrong, and I just walked by. He was breathing, but I was just.
That's how you breathe.
No. He was doing the battle ropes, and I just.
That's the one where you're like.
Yeah. You just.
That's how the. Right. Is there any practical purpose to that in nautical?
You're fatiguing your arms. You're
no. I mean, like, was there ever a time if
you're
fatiguing your arms? Anything you do in the gym is fatiguing your arms. I'm sure, unless it's legs.
Squats.
Well, you're holding on to that bar pretty tight.
Squats.
I don't know what an air squat is.
But anyway, I went up to this guy and I go, "Hey man, listen." I very quietly said, "You want to just drop yourself a little bit lower? It'll be harder." I said, "But you get a better workout. Have a good day." And I walked off.
Wait, what was he doing?
Almost like a gym hero. I just flew in.
I don't know if that's
saved it.
He's sitting there, it's like, I work here. I don't know what this guy
sounds like. It sounds like a criticism, and also it just sounds like
I was helping him.
It sounds like but the help you gave him could have also been like, hey buddy, if you add more weight, you'll get stronger faster. And it's like,
well, it was a rope.
The rope. Okay, so you're saying go make it. You're saying do it better. That's all you're telling him.
I mean, the old me would have said, "Hey, why don't you use that rope and hang yourself, you waster?"
No, that's what he thought.
Fucking wasted time.
That's what he thought first, and then he was like, "You know what? I'll be nice because I got to talk about the good deeds on the podcast."
Wait a minute, was that one of your good deeds? Telling this guy to do it better?
The last time I was in a gym was over a year ago. I mean, if you count Strong Island Boxing, where I go all the time, but that's not like a gym as in throwing weights around.
That's like a fight club gym.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah,
every morning they fight little kids.
Right, anarchy and terrorism.
Yeah, Dan goes to the gym now, and it's like even the walk this morning came in like I'm
sore.
Gym.
Yeah, there's a lot of arms. I don't know if it's just the sleeveless, but they're all arms.
I don't know if you guys know, it's the middle of August.
It's hot.
I'm gonna be wearing a tank top when it's 90 degrees outside.
I'm not going outside. This is like
you're wearing all black.
As always. Well, you think I got summer clothes and shit? I'm going to come out rocking pink all of a
commits
sudden?
to his image. I like that. He
it's
commits to his character.
It's a lazy thing. It's not. Yeah, it's kind of like a lazy. I don't want to think about it.
I wish you were more of like a beatnik because you wear all black. You're like anti-social media. Like you want to be a recluse. Like
I'm going to start smoking skinny cigarettes and reciting poetry.
Yeah. And when you agree, you just click your fingers.
Yeah, dog.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
Daddy-o. They don't say dog.
Daddy-o.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 2021.
He's the Bushwick version of a beatnik. The Bushwick beatnik, Dennis Rooney.
That's wild, B.
Hey, man. You got bongo drums.
I'm pretty close to beatnik. I think if I was born at the right time, it would have been a bit of
100%. 100%.
Why?
Beatnik or hippie, though?
Hippie.
No, not hippie. Not hippie.
Yeah, but the drugs would have taken a stronghold.
Yeah, but hippies are big into drugs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're not
hippies
pro
and beatniks,
peace.
two different
You're not like
things.
a big peace guy. You're much more of like a cynic.
You think I'm cynical?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think Ruin's a peace guy.
No, I think he's a very cynical person.
Here's the thing. I think you're both right. Because I present different personalities when I hang out with you guys individually.
Yeah. I get that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, when you guys are together, it's like fucking Dan is such an asshole. And then when me and you together, it's like Mick doesn't shut the fuck up. And then me and Mick are together, it's like we're great.
I would be a hippie, I think, if I would go back to the old. I mean,
no. I'm shutting that down right now.
More like Charlie Manson with the hippies.
I could see you actually abusing culture to take advantage of people. Sure.
Oh, come on.
Come on, because I nailed it on the head.
What outside this, like right now?
Mick would be the hippie who's like totally hippie, like just trying to get laid all the time. But then you get him behind closed doors. He's dropping N-bombs. He's like saying women are shit. All right, not dropping N-bombs.
Yeah,
There's also a fictitious.
I was gonna say that was like take that back.
This is a parallel universe, McTown. This is not the Mick.
But what scared me there is I kind of waited a bit long to defend myself.
You were like, keep going,
nodding along. Like,
No, I think I was waiting for him to throw in other ones. I was like, all right, let me just because I know like I'm not that. I was going.
Well, in this alternate reality, you're from the South, and from that time, I mean, it's nothing against you. It's just sure there were.
There was
and black people. So
I never said that wasn't the case.
No, I know, but I'm saying my point being. You guys let me dig myself a hole. You're not.
Yeah, quit backpedaling. You're falling that hole.
I'm saying in this alternative reality, Mick Thomas,
dig up, stupid.
Grew up in the South, probably born in 45 to make him a 24-year-old hippie in 69, right?
Yeah, man, groovy.
Well, fake hippie because you're saying those horrible things behind closed doors. Yeah. So I want to ask you guys something. Did anyone give a shit about the Cuomo thing? What is the Cuomo thing?
Cuomo resigned because he's not a pervert. He's Italian. Is that what he said?
When I heard that he was Italian, I was like, "Get this guy out of office."
I would love. There's two things that I would love about that. Like one, if like somebody was watching at home, heard that and went, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
gonna
they're
win people
immediately
over.
like, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, 100%.
I heard
Italian.
him. I heard him say that, and it made me start thinking about the podcast. And I started thinking, like, what if it was the Almost Italian podcast?
Which I'm sure exists.
Probably.
I'm sure exists.
Probably in
It's
the
on after this
studio.
show.
There's a bunch of guys outside the door going like, fucking, oh, that's nice.
It's just us speaking over each other for 2 hours,
Right.
and never committing to a point or direction.
So
yelling.
this show, except with Italian in it.
And then I get, yeah, exactly, the Almost Italian show. We're just constantly groping each other.
yeah,
Apparently,
that's all it is.
I-
I don't
go
kiss
ahead.
people because I kiss people because I'm Italian, like whatever. But
Yeah, but that's the see. I can't stand the guy. But the weird thing is, like, I have to be careful how I say this. A lot of this, what I'm about to say, does have a like. I'm trying coming from a place of humor, but there is a small part of like, listen.
I should have prefaced my whole thing with all this before.
Yeah. But no, because like it's a sensitive topic, right? And if you get a soundbite of it, I want to have this part too. I think a lot of it was literally what he said. I think he's a piece of shit I'm not condoning what he did, like, but I've been around those guys that don't mean, like, I worked in banks before and I failed, like, when I was working at Bank of America, I can say that banks, I'm so far removed from it now, I failed a sexual harassment test 3 times.
3 times?
I swear, to the point where the manager was like, Mick, what do you do? I was like, I can't do that. Like, and all it was like, select A, B, or C. And what it was
3 times.
yeah.
oh, wait, those are the easiest tests to pass. I think Mick
They're
was
not
just like,
the easiest pass. It's
oh,
like
really?
Vanessa walks in and she has a new haircut, and you go, "Hey, Vanessa." It's not like A, bend her over a desk and go.
Well, it's like, I imagine, from my experience, A is like bend her over a desk. B is like say nice haircut, and C is like say nothing. Who cares?
Right, and that was it.
And you'd be like, well, I'd say nice haircut, and they'd be like, no, Mick, you really shouldn't talk about people's appearance.
But that's exactly it. Was now obviously that's a paraphrase, but it was stuff like that.
But couldn't you figure that out after the second time?
could you figure it out after like the first time? Could you figure it out after watching the video that is a mandate that you watch before you take this test?
Yeah, I don't watch the videos because I know how to behave in public.
No, you don't.
Apparently you don't. You're failing tests.
But it's like I was really taking these tests, going, really? That's it? No, it's never like, slap her on the ass like you're James Bond in the '60s. You know what I mean? There was none of those options.
I
No
would love
funny
it.
ones?
I would love it if he failed like 2 or 3 of them, and he's like, "Hey, lady, something's wrong with this thing." Chop, chop. I need you to look at this now.
Hey, could you get one of those dames to look at
Hey, is that broad busy? I want to talk to her.
but like it was like legit, and this is the point I'm trying to make about Cuomo. Maybe it is like that he's from a time in a generation where it's like you almost go back to Bill Burr's bit, right, about the old guy in the boat from Duck Dynasty who was brainwashed with religion about how gay people can't they're not allowed to get
Just
married.
like alternate reality
Right.
McThomas from the South, yes?
Right. But like you grow up with the church, like this is I'm paraphrasing Bill Burr's, but you got to check it out, it's historical. But like they just pump this religious stuff into you, and then when you go into the real world and then you say something that you have been taught for like bringing who they are, and then all of a sudden it's not, there's no stories out about Cuomo unless there is, unless I'm not informed. I'm sorry if there are. So there's no stories of a Harvey Weinstein type story with him. There's no and then he pushed me into the broom closet and felt me
Did
up.
he touch a girl's breast under a dress or something like that?
I didn't hear that. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I
That's
kind of.
that's something I'd heard.
The thing is, in Mick Thomas's world, if you do no research, you're like, nothing happened. Mick's like, I haven't heard
I
anything.
can only go with the
This
facts
guy-
I've had. I can't go into, and that's why I haven't heard about it yet. It's not like I'm like, all right, let me dive into this.
Clip it, share it, people.
Yeah, guys, snippet this, make it a GIF, put the
if-
text. No one needs to know.
And again, I think he's a piece of shit. Look at
Yeah.
women shouldn't feel uncomfortable. Like if a guy walks up and rubs your arm, right? Like this guy's you touch me. And I go, dude, I don't know you, get back off away from me. Like, I'm uncomfortable. So I'm defending women on this. But I do kind of believe that I don't think his intentions were like, like he's like, like that wolf from the old Warner Brother cartoons.
I think that I don't believe he was like a wolf, but I think he was one of those people who is very like, whatever, who gives a shit? It's like,
Yeah.
they do. They
Okay.
give a shit. Like, that's where my line is. It's like, if you give a shit, if somebody else is uncomfortable by the gestures you're making, and then you don't change those gestures, at some point, you're the asshole. And we've had this conversation before where it's like, there's a point people stop learning, and I can't agree with somebody who just stops learning.
I agree with that.
And so I feel like for him, if someone's like, "Hey man, that's not okay," and he's like, "I'm Italian," it's like, "Oh, fucking idiot." Like,
I wonder if the I'm Italian thing was just like some PR person in his ear, like, lean on the Italian.
Oh,
thing.
there is no PR person in the world is just like, yeah, blame this on your ethnicity.
Unless it was an Irish PR person.
It was me. I slipped him a note. I'm like,
shit, that's brilliant, Rooney. Perfect.
I still can't get over Mick Thomas and Bank of America, like the manager looking at Mick's third test and be like, we got to send this guy over to Bank of Italy or something because he's groping the shit out of every customer that comes in. And then he goes to Bank of Italy and they're like, this guy, he doesn't touch enough of breasts. You got to greet to the customers.
Oh, man, what's his hand is shaking? You got to use the 2 hands on a honk honk.
It's not mozzarella, it's mozzarella. I would love it if it was like you could apply that to like Irish, for example. Be like, no, I'm not a spousal abuser. I'm just Irish. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Is that an Irish stereotype?
Yes, it fucking
spousal abuse?
Yeah.
Or does that just come with alcoholism?
No, but I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just Irish. Like that's.
But you know the weird thing? Growing up in Ireland, though, I never saw it in my own household. Yeah, I mean, my parents would, and it's one of the reasons. Like, if I argue with a person today, I don't scream. But like, my parents would like just argue to the point where like, why are you saying that? That's not.
That's a good point. Never
you can't
seen
come
you
back
scream.
from that. I don't do that.
Yeah.
In my car, I do.
By yourself
in
the
that
whole
protective
ride?
bubble.
Yeah.
But
that's how he goes to sleep. Is he screams himself to sleep and then like,
just screaming into a pillow.
but it's I never saw it, right? Because I saw my parents like yell at each other at the point where like that's not productive in any way. You can't take that back in 5 years. But I've never never saw friends say like, "Doing fucking down, rough the mother up," and I never saw women with black eyes. None of that stuff. So that stereotype must be. I think it's an Italian. It's an Irish American stereotype.
I couldn't. I kind of agree with that.
Or you visit Wexford and every woman is just wearing like a turtleneck
Yeah,
and a
they're
scarf and
all-
big sunglasses and shit. Nick's like, look, so everybody's happy. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, old Mama Limpy over there.
Her hip hurts. But it's going to rain. It's always raining.
Very slippery in her house.
It runs in her family. Her mother and her mother's mother had it too. Sometimes her sister has.
The son always has that weird disease called swollen knuckles.
Yes.
But that, I mean, it is. I would say it was an Irish American stereotype. It was like a alcoholic stereotype of America.
Yeah,
I know Long Island specifically, it was a thing.
Yeah, like if you only beat your wife when you're drunk, does that make you? And you stop drinking, are you still? Because you're always an alcoholic, they'll say, but are you still a wife beater?
Yeah.
I mean, they say a drunk person's words are a sober person's thoughts.
I don't agree with that, though.
Oh, I don't know if I disagree with that.
That's a weird way of saying that you.
because I, as a drunk person, when you get drunk, like, and you say something, sometimes you're like, "Ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that." It's not that you didn't believe what you said; it's just that you
think the sensors were down?
Yeah, you just kind of like opened up the floodgates.
Well, I've logged a lot of drunk miles, Dan, and I'm here to say, I've said things while I'm drunk that I definitely don't mean. Definitely.
Are you sure?
What are
Yeah.
they? Let's hear them right now.
No, absolutely not. And I'm not going to. Well, usually, probably when you're blackout drunk, like someone tells you something you said when you were blackout drunk, and you're like, I said what?
Was it the coordinates of a dead body?
I don't know. Just saying, you've never said horrible things to friends while drunk? You're not living up these Irish American stereotypes.
I'm a happy drunk.
I'm a flirty drunk.
I've noticed.
And I don't get
Get your
drunk.
hand off my knee.
I don't drink in
my
general.
hand.
I don't drink in general unless like someone says, unless I go, you know what, I'm just going to get drunk for the sake of getting drunk, but I don't drink.
Whenever I've seen
I
Mick,
have a make drunk story.
whenever I see Mick drinking, I always assume something horrible has happened. Because I think the first time I saw you drinking, I was like, oh, you're drinking? Like we were at a show, like you're like, my dad just passed away.
Rudy's like, get it in!
Oh yeah.
Shots on Mick. His dad's dude.
R.I.P. Daddy!
What was it? Car bomb? Car bombs all around.
Ironically, that's how he died.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just kidding. Cancer.
In a car bomb.
He was in a cancer hospital that got hit by a car bomb. They don't know what got him first. It was pretty close.
Mick says he's a good drunk. I don't know that that's true because when we were in North Carolina,
Oh, yeah, fuck that.
the Asheville Comedy Festival, Mick went up. Mick did his set. He did well. Mick didn't believe he did well because he could see only the first 2 rows, which were the comedians who like never laugh at a comedian.
There's nothing worse than a comic up front. Even at John Ziegler's thing here this week, the other day, at John Ziegler's.
How many comics were up front?
I looked stage left, and it was about fucking 20 comics.
There's a whole table.
20 comics, like 2 tables that kept going. I'm like, why the fuck are comics sitting up front? See, I'm already getting mad. And I think
well, so anyway, so he could see comics just sitting there and watching his set, but he was ignoring the room of laughter because he couldn't stop focusing on the comedian.
Even though 80% of the room is dying with
I'd say
laughter.
90 to 95%. I was like, oh, he's having a great set, and Mick, you could just see Mick up there. I'm like, why isn't he happy? like
balling his fists.
Like knowing Mick as long as I've known him for almost 11 years at this point. Knowing him as long as I've known Mick, I was like, why is he so mad right now? Like I couldn't in my head piece together why he was frustrated. And then he comes off, he's like, fucking cunts in the front, what are you laughing? I'm like, oh my god. So then we go to a bar that's like up the block or whatever, and we're sitting there, and Mick's just drinking Guinness, and he's just like whatever, and
being a happy drunk. As
but Guinness is a sipping drink. Guinness is very much a sipping beer. It's not a chugging beer, and Mick disagreed with that theory.
A sipping beer?
It's a very heavy beer.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you don't. A sip is like
it's usually 4 gulps.
You'll never
and it has
finish
to be
it.
gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, you alcoholics.
I was gonna say, I don't think you got these Irish stereotypes down, Dan.
So Mick is sitting there, and he goes, "That fucking guy over there is looking at me." And I'm looking, and there's a guy looking, but not like in a menacing way. But Mick has decided this man is hoping he's it.
He got devil horns.
He goes, look at this guy's making kissy faces.
Look at this motherfucker. This guy, he comes over to me. I'm gonna punch him right in his fucking mouth. And I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, probably his wife probably wants to sleep with me or some shit. I'm like, what are you saying? Like, I'm just like, Mick, he's eating dinner. Nah, man, I can fucking see it in his eyes. Like, it's just... So the guy gets up and walks over to us, and Mick is like, "Oh, here we fucking go!" And he's like literally, like he takes his fist and under the table just makes like a ball.
Like the other hand, he breaks the beer glass.
Yeah, he's like sitting there. He's like not gonna look at him. When he comes over, he goes, "Yeah, all right, mate." And the guy goes, "Hey, man, I just want to say you were real funny today at the show." Mick was ready to fucking murder somebody who was like, "That was the hilarious comedian from the theater we saw 25 minutes ago." Like it wasn't even that long a previous.
I wish you had clocked him still.
Oh, yeah, can you imagine?
Just to be like, don't criticize people's comedy in any way. I do art for me, all right?
Nobody wants your reviews. Get out of here, Rotten Tomato.
He's like the dude. He's like, imagine he's from like Just for Laughs. He's like about to come over. Like, I got a fucking special for this guy. Mick's like, shh, you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
What were you in the third row? I couldn't see it. What?
Some guy with a briefcase of money and a development deal.
Pure Southern hospitality.
I'm working on this movie called Ace Ventura. You'd be perfect for it.
You'll be wearing turtlenecks all week.
Your house is going to get very slippery. I'm not violent. I'm just Irish.
I'm a happy drunk. I swear I am. I'm beating the shit out of everybody in the room now.
Mick also then walked into a door subsequently after.
I was kind of hoping you would have forgot that one.
Oh, no.
No, glass door.
No, glass door, but let me be clear.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't like, it was glass, but it was
glass. It was just the top. So he says a glass door gives you like an image of what it might have been. It was not that. It was
like a Dutch door.
It was a very easily noticeable door that
I was coming down the stairs, and I had like I was drunk. I was annoyed,
surly,
and I had like a Liam Gallagher swagger, just like wallop, and it was a perfect T mark.
Yeah, there was like his actual face was pressed into the glass.
The imprint on the door was a surprised look of Mick's face of like, I can't believe I didn't walk through the door. Yeah. I feel invincible.
I thought I was Jesus up until right now.
Well, Jesus never claimed to walk in through doors. Like he
didn't walk on doors.
He moved the stone.
Yeah. What?
He moved the stone when he rose.
Yeah, you didn't move the door.
No, Jesus didn't walk through this.
You know, I forget about that one. Out of all his superpowers, he also has super strength that he can move the...
Yeah, but let's say the stone... I mean, look at
Did he move it physically, or did he just jet
Yeah. Charles Xavier.
Let me just say, that stone from all the images was big and round.
Big and round.
Really could have been like...
Yeah, just momentum would have done it.
No.
Well,
yeah,
a big stone like that, and the pictures I've seen, which are definitely accurate, they're like the boulder is twice his size, probably 4 or 5 times as wide as
perfectly round though.
Not perfectly round. No,
it wasn't a
God doesn't work in straight lines or perfect circles.
When I was a kid, my dad used to take me down to Wexford Quay. Right, if you Google it, they still have like all this. Then it's like you're talking about 50-ton worth of ships that were parked in, just like trawlers for fishing boats and stuff. And my dad was like, why don't you go pull the ship in? I was like, you out of your mind? Like big, massive ropes. And you will be able to pull like a 50-ton
Yeah,
but
boat.
that's in water.
Doesn't matter. When you're a kid,
Sure it does.
you're a kid, you're super strong. But like...
Wait, is that what you got out of that?
Oh, yeah.
We get less strong as we grow older. That's why we're going to the gym now.
young me can lift anything.
I knew
now.
I wasn't going to go to the gym, but that moment right there and then I was like, well, now I'm a superhero. I can't not maintain it.
Yeah.
I can pull ships in.
I don't think you could roll over a huge boulder because it's not going to be a perfect circle.
But it wasn't a
I don't know.
boulder. You're missing the point. It was like a frisbee.
Yeah.
It was a disc.
Thing Jesus moved?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a disc.
Not in the books I've seen.
Well,
Mother,
it is.
father, have you been lying to me?
I'm telling you, what? Yeah, what did they say? To put it just like they avalanche.
It was a bunch of. I've read a bunch of Jesus picture books as a child, and it was always a big ass boulder, and
Never
that
a
was
boulder.
part of the craziness.
Maybe you're looking at it
It
wrong.
wasn't like, and also, by the way, it was a perfectly round disc that would have been able to be moved by anybody. No, the whole point, you couldn't
Well,
move
that's a
the
bit
fucking
wordy.
thing.
Oh, maybe if you look at the pictures of Noah's Ark, it was this big, and you had two giraffes looking over the side. What is it?
Yeah. Sorry they didn't draw 2 scale accurate pictures in your picture book.
If the
Rudy.
biggest
Like, why are
celebrity,
the ducks up there? They can swim.
he raised the dead, but moving a boulder is out of the question.
if the biggest celebrity of all time was in a cave behind a perfectly movable boulder, they would have robbed the body over those 3 days.
He wasn't a celebrity then. The people
Yeah.
hated him.
Not everybody hated him. He
Not
was
everybody.
Jesus.
His followers like them.
he had a select number of followers, but he
I
had
know
a
the
majority
story,
hatred.
guys. I've seen Jesus Christ Superstar. Okay,
Yeah.
I know the full story. I know all the dance moves, all the songs.
Or Passion
Good
of the
song.
Christ.
That one was scary.
You ever heard of the Holy? You've been to the Holy Land experience? You ever not been to? Have you ever heard of the Holy Land experience?
Yeah, in Florida.
Orlando?
This is how we find out Dan's in a cult right now.
Yeah, the atheist is in the cult. So Holy Land Experience is a theme park in Orlando. I think it's been shut down now, but it was literally just about Jesus.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like the story of Jesus.
That sounds dope, Daddy.
I
can't snap my fingers.
you'd be a hippie then. You can't snap your
I gotta like dry them off.
I gotta dry him off.
I would have been a penis. But my hands are too cloudy. I clap instead, like really soft clap.
Oh, look at that loser.
Hold on. I get one.
That was terrible.
That
You would be the
was-
worst.
That sounded like you
Thanos.
snapped into a catcher's mitt. What was that?
I don't know. I can't snap. Anyway.
Anyway, so every day, well, more than once a day, I think, they do the Jesus carrying the cross through like the town, the center. Like they do the whole like Station of the Cross.
Is it a
thing.
bummer or is everyone like, yes?
Well, here's the thing.
It's weird.
Imagine being like somebody goes to like Disney one day and it's like you have like this parade with like Goofy and everyone dancing or whatever, and then it's like next day it's like, all right, let's watch this guy slowly die every single day, and he's gonna like carry the cross through the town.
I wonder what the cross is made out of. Like, what's the authenticity level?
It's probably light.
I bet it's light, but I bet he pretends it's heavy.
Yeah, he does. I bet he
I'm sure
sells
he's
it.
committed to the bit.
Yeah.
You know, how does he pick up chicks that night? Like, you know, what do you do for a living? Jesus. What do you mean you do Jesus? No, I'm Jesus.
See these holes in my hands?
He's got like tattooed holes.
Tattooed holes.
But yeah, they and then you saw. I've seen documentaries and you see some people crying as he's going through the streets, and then some people are cheering him on like it's a fucking marathon.
You
They're-
could do it,
they're
Jesus.
giving him Gatorade.
We know how this ends. You got this, Jesus.
This guy can move a fucking huge boulder, but he can't carry this wooden cross.
That's
I call
true.
bullshit.
Now you see.
I call bullshit.
He had
Use
two-
your superpowers.
He had 2 days of rest.
That's true. He was like Dragon Ball Z energy compiling. Like he's absorbed. He's like, all right, in 2 days I move this.
Yeah, I'm not going to deadlift for the rest of the, until Monday now, but like
I
after
knew he'd
2
work
days,
in another deadlift mention.
Like
We
the
get
two-
it, dude.
Guys,
We
I
get
did
it.
a
What was
lot.
the numbers again?
It was 375
375 for 4, right?
for 4 this morning. No
For
big
a
deal.
combined total of 750.
I say we go to the gym right now and we do it just so to show him it's no big deal. I don't care if my back is on it, just to prove a point.
I know I used to be able to. I wonder if I still could. I probably could.
Yeah, I like a year ago I had to like get help peeing because I couldn't walk. I'm happy I got that weight.
I'm sorry. The size of your hog.
Yeah, I mean that's it.
After I had the penis and smalling surgery.
No one on this show.
All right, guys, grab a side.
But just by the way, I'm the one who brags about like I'm talking about how much I lifted. I'm not talking about how big my wiener is, which it is. But I'm just I'm wearing sweatpants because I can't wear jeans anymore. But
Can't wear jeans?
no, I can. I'm just
Oh, I
lying
was
to you.
gonna say, too hot for jeans.
I
I'm
gotta
still when I saw you walk, when I saw that. I mean, again, I'm wearing all black. I'm wearing what I always wear, but like, it's not just.
Judgmental Rooney judge.
It's
No.
not just the tank top. It's also the shorts you're wearing.
I'm wearing.
Stand up for a
this is
second.
what
I'm a
I'm.
full.
I want to make sure you don't see my giant wiener.
Your giant hog.
Yeah, look.
You just pull down
You
your
didn't even
trout.
try. You could tell you go to Florida way too much.
You could tell that I woke up. I was like, "Oh, it's like 95 degrees outside. Let me just put on comfortable clothes and sit in a room." You guys are like, "Oh, I gotta make sure I wear
but
all
don't-
black because I'm fucking Rooney."
I don't have to make sure it's all I own. I just go and pull the same fucking shirt out of the drawer.
But don't
that I
they
have
make
15
nice, comfortable clothes?
Probably. Oh, you wanted me to show up?
If you were doing something as you described as earlier, professional, would they have nice summer clothes?
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're like, would you want to wear a tuxedo? They're like, can you have an uncomfortable tuxedo, please?
Damn
Yeah,
Wilson.
Mick wearing an undershirt is talking to me about how to wear all the clothes. This is something you wear under dress clothes, Mick. This isn't.
That's a
I-
clean. That's a clean V-neck. That's a professional
Clean
V-neck.
V-neck.
It
I'm
could be
I'm
used-
wearing this tonight on a theater. I'm going straight from here straight to there. I have a sports jacket over it. Bob's your uncle. Yeah, I'm gonna know.
Did you just say Bob's your uncle?
Yeah. He's,
What is that?
It's an Irish saying. It's like when you say something, Bob's your uncle means. And ironically, I'm working with Bobby Collins.
I've never heard Bob's your uncle.
No?
I love that.
Be
When
careful
you
with that
use
name
it,
you just dropped. It's very fragile.
I know. Yeah, Bob's your uncle just means, but it's good. All good.
just
all
like
done.
all good.
It's all good. Bob's your uncle. Like you could like what are you doing today? Well, I got to get up, got to do a podcast, going to get some breakfast with Rooney probably. Got to go to the city, pick up this guy, drive to Jersey, two
What guy?
shows. Bob's your uncle.
What guy are you picking
That's
up?
it. You put at the end. It's like putting a bow at the end of a sentence.
Bob's your uncle,
Bob's
Daddy
your
O.
uncle. The
I'm gonna
worst.
use that. I'm using Bob's your uncle. I can't believe I've never heard that.
The worst. Ask your dad. Your
I
dad
deal
will-
with a lot of-
First off, how have you never heard Bob's your uncle?
I deal with a lot of Irish people in my life. Never heard Bob's your uncle before. I would have picked up on that. I've heard Keep It Country, which is not really an Irish thing.
I've never
More
heard
of a
that.
My, that's more of my dad thing. It was from a radio. They'd be like, this is so-and-so FM, Keep It Country. And it meant like keep it cool.
Okay.
All right, that was a dead end there about my dad's weird country.
Wow, man.
Bob's your uncle, you know what I'm saying?
Bob's your uncle. Throw
Bob's
it in
your
there.
uncle. I can't
Step through.
So I did 3 good deeds.
Here we go.
That what? Here's the thing. As I said this now, one is a good deed that backfired.
Hell yeah.
Right.
That's the third one you talk about today.
Right. The other one, now that I mention it, I don't think it's a good deed. It's just the right thing to do. Right. So yesterday I'm at the bank ATM and I'm giving the guy distance. Right. I'm giving the guy distance. Because Long Island people like you go to 7-Eleven, they're up your arse. It's like when you're I'm like, dude, I'm trying to. Not that I'm scared if someone gets my PIN number. Who gives a shit?
Just give me
Yeah,
space.
I don't have enough money that this is really going to impact my life.
It's like, you know what I mean? And so, like, just fucking back off. Let me just back off. Because then I got to put my cell number in now because if you want your discount on your Red Bull, like it's like 2 for $5. But if you don't put your number in now on the screen, you get charged full whack for
Is
it.
it 7-Eleven or at the bank?
7-Eleven.
All right, because you were at the bank a moment ago.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just talking about people giving me space.
He's like, I bank at
So
Red
I'm
Bull.
at the ATM. I'm at the ATM, and there's a guy up there in front of me, and I look down I'm about 10 feet away from him. I look down, and in a bush, $50. I go, that's McThomas's. Pick it up. Didn't even like do one. I was like, stand on. I go, just pick up $50. It wasn't his because it was like too far away from him. So I pick it up, right in my pocket. I go like, that's fine. I'll buy myself something nice now.
Bob's your uncle?
Bob is indeed your uncle.
So then,
Bobby!
So then I'm standing waiting for the guy, and again, I'm surprised at my patience. I'm happy. I guess I found 50. No, I'm like, what's he?
Yeah, what are you still doing at the ATM? You already found your money.
Yeah. I'm like,
the fuck out of here.
What's he doing? Like, what the fuck? You know, that's where I normally am at the ATM.
I already know what's going to happen, and I can't believe you thought this was a good deed.
That's yeah. So you see where it's going. So then he's standing there at the ATM. And he kind of, I see him. He's like, he's looking around. I'm like, oh fuck no! Tell me he's not looking for the $50. And he's like, he's hitting his. I go, you all right, mate? And he go, yeah. I just lost something. And I was like, all right. What did you lose? And he kind of looked at me like as if I lost some money. And I think that would have been enough. And I was like, how much?
No, you always ask how much.
Because if he'd have said like 5, like, sucks to be you then.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, I just came into some money. Would you like 5? And he goes, $50. I go, here you go, man. I just found it down. I found it down there.
You're like, was it 2 20s and a 10? Or was it one bill? You're just praying. You're like, yeah.
What mood was the president
Was
in?
it a newer 50 or an older 50?
Do you remember the serial number? So he goes 50. He goes, there you go, man. There you go. I found it because I was going to keep it, but when I saw you look,
took it out of your pocket.
100%, and he goes,
right?
and he kind of ruined the moment. He goes, the angels are going to pray for you.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, just fucking take the 15.
Why
I
would
want
they
to
pray
keep
for
it
you?
now.
Just get
I
out
want
of
to
my
keep the
face,
50
man.
with your fucking life-saving
The
thing.
angels.
So that wasn't really a good deed. That was something a good person should have done, right? But my good deed was the other day I was out running. Like an idiot in the heat. I went blind. I got so dehydrated. I lost my vision. Had to sit down.
Ray Charles
Swear to
over
God.
here.
Imagine, hold on. Imagine being out running, and then you just stop seeing.
No, I swear to God.
Is that what happened? Like, that's how you describe it. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, wait. You ran 100 miles once. I imagine mile 88. You're like, where the fuck?
Yeah, right? No, it was a 9.5 mile trail. And
that's it.
But like I'm done with long distances though. So I like the sweat. I thought it was like sweat in my eyes because I couldn't keep my eyes open. And then all of a sudden, like I kept wiping it down. I realized there was no sweat there. And then all of a sudden, like my eyes were so sensitive. Everything just kind of went like a light green, and I couldn't see anything. I had to sit down. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" So, but anyway. So as I'm running,
came to, he's like in the middle of Sunrise Highway, like, "Oh, this is a bad idea."
So
you just see Mick Thomas smelling really hard with his hands out. I'll get home. I know.
I'm not a molester. I'm blind and Italian.
So I see, all of a sudden, there's this woman on a bike, and she's coming towards me, and she goes, "Do you know anything about bikes?" And I went, "Yeah."
You're like, "I can't see."
I was like, "No, it's before I went blind." Before I went blind.
I can't get over that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I swear to God.
You gloss over some heavy things sometimes. I'm like, "You went blind?" And you didn't immediately just begin screaming?
Your mom warned you that would happen one day, and here we are.
Well, I made my own bed. It's time to
go. You know what? I lived a life.
You know what? Every one of those jerks I was happy with. I deserved it.
I thought we were doing it this morning, but I did it anyway, and I guess this is my penance.
I'm going to have one right now. If anyone gives me shit, I'll say I'm blind. I don't know where I am.
Sorry, I was running. I can't see.
I mean, I would have preferred the hairy palms that my grandmother said would happen.
Yeah.
But I guess this is what's happening now. So she goes, "Do you know anything about bikes?" And I go, "Yeah," because why wouldn't I say that? Like I was going to say Stephen Roach.
She looked at you, your long-haired jock, and you go, "This guy knows about bikes." And you're like,
I was going to say Stephen Roach, but he won the Tour de France legally way more than what's his name, the American guy, Lance
I thought
Armstrong.
you meant like the sport of biking?
Of bike riding, yeah.
Instead of like mechanics of bikes? That's what I would immediately think.
Yeah.
Well, she's riding a bike, but I'm sure if you're like if you're a Lance Armstrong,
Steve Roach, cool.
I'm sure if you're like Lance Armstrong, he doesn't go, "My chain came off. I don't know what's happening here. Lance, fix the chain." No, I just win this shit. I don't know anything. Like, you know what I mean? But anyway, so so she goes, "Yeah, the chain came off," and she had like I just got out, so I got, "Can I ride the bike for a minute?" I stole it.
I couldn't see.
So I ride like a little bit down, I change, and I get the gear to come up. I go, "Listen, leave it there, don't." And I'm explaining to her how the gears work. I'm like, that was a good deal, because I could have just went, "No," and just kept running and just left her in the middle of a trail.
Sure do, and then kept running.
Yeah, but it's not about me. Anyway.
Were you mid-stride when she asked you that?
Yeah. I was running towards her.
So that was kind of rude of her, if anything.
No, I mean, she's stranded, and it's like when you at that
it's
part
like miles, right?
Yeah, if you're in that part of the trail, it's like you're in the woods.
What's this fucking lady doing out in, like, that's like swimming in deep water and not having a great knowledge. She doesn't know how to fix the chain on her bike.
Flippers?
I mean, really, I know you're surprised, and I said some like unfair things about women on these shows, and you're kind of questioning that one. But go ahead. But my other deed was
Mick trying to save face.
Here's a third one, which is the backfire.
This is one backfired on me, right? And this is one, like, you know when you're lying and you're catching yourself lying, and then you have to try stay ahead because the lie is coming out now, and you have to stay ahead. So first of all, I'm driving to Walmart. I'm driving out, and I'm on this country road, right, to get to Walmart.
Loves Walmart.
And as I'm driving by, I see this couple, and the front wheel is off the car. And I go, "You know what?"
Sorry, is this timeline-wise before or after the bike chain incident?
This is before. This is about...
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the bike thing, you were also thinking back to
You're thinking back, I shouldn't do this.
I got to make up for that one.
No. So I drive by, right? And I go, "Here's what I'm going to do." Because it happened so fast that I was going too fast into the corner. I was like, I can't stop and help them. I go, "You know what? But if they're there," because I'm going to Walmart, grab them same protein that me and Hercules use.
Muscle milk.
I mean, Dan, being Hercules.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to grab my protein, in and out. It's not too far from home. So if they're still there, I'm going to go slow. If they're there, Mick Thomas is going to stop and help. Right? So I'm trying to put it, black couple. Not that it matters story, but just adds that to the part that Mick is not racist. So
no, it doesn't.
I'm coming over the
if they were white, would you have stopped first and then got you some milk?
No. Again, the amount of times I've wanted to stop to help people on the side of the road, shit, you don't realize it until you're going too fast.
Well, it's also sometimes dangerous.
Yeah, and if I stop, I might just skid into the back of him. So, but anyway, so I'm coming back. Lo and behold, there they are. So I pull over and
Still black.
Still black.
All right.
Not racist.
So I pulled up and they go, "Hi, not racist looking guy." I go, "Hey, do you need help?" You know, because I don't know, maybe have it under control. And they go, the husband goes, "No, we're good. Thank you so much for stopping, though." He said, the tow truck is on the way. I appreciate you stopping. I'm like, this is great.
The woman's behind her just like, help me.
No, but then,
She's in the trunk kicking. Please help me.
I'm like,
Sturdy trunk. See you later.
yeah, but I'm the type of person, I'm like, nice duct tape on the missus, by the way.
No, not even a tear on the side. You really got that clean.
It's not even like she's even spitting on it and there's no car.
Turtleneck season has come around, I say. So then she comes hodling around. She's a big one. She comes like right around the back of the car, and she goes, "Hey, can you drive me to the ATM to get money?" Because I guess she had to pay the pickup guy. But
the
she just
toll
comes
guy.
out hard like that. Like,
Oh
hey.
yeah. Like, so she goes like, "This guy is offering to be kind," and then now I was like, I can change a tire. I've done it many times. The night I was in that, the night that guy got killed in the accident, I helped another guy change a tire. So all of a sudden, I was like, I'm not putting this woman in my car, driving her, finding an ATM, because trust me, it's a country road, right? It's out east on Long Island.
I'm very with you on this. I'm all about stop and help, but I'm not playing fucking taxi.
I'm like,
here,
now I'm not driving all the way in to try find a fucking gas station, get you in the car, drive back. Now, a part of me could say, right, which I know I'd be lying if I said this. I go, I don't want to put a female in my car. What if she says I touched her and I did? I just didn't want to, right? So, but I could use that excuse, like, you know what, this day and age, an accusation will get you.
Yeah, you could pull what's his name? Pence did that. Pence won't be in another room with a woman because he doesn't want to be accused of some shit. And
right.
He's super whatever. But also, wherever this tow truck is taking them, definitely has an ATM.
And you know that they take any form of payment.
Any form of payment.
I mean, maybe, look, I don't know the financial situation.
You probably want to tip the guy cash.
Right, maybe, right? So I go, like she gets like, I gotta get my kids off the bus soon. And then as I'm saying that, I'm like, it's fucking August. Where are your kids going on a bus? Because they're like, because they're in summer camp and they get like
they just got out of juvenile detention
midnight.
like I'm worried now she won't believe my lie, and all I gotta do is put my foot on the accelerator and just fucking take off.
Yeah, sure, happen now.
Sucks to be you. But yeah, so my good deed was stopping, and I would have changed a tire if they needed help. But then when she started asking for all this extra shit,
how'd she take that when you said no? I got.
Oh, she was kind of. You could tell she was annoyed. She's like, "All right." I was like, "Well, fuck you. I stopped." You know what I mean?
Mick's like, "What do you mean? All right?"
I did the bare minimum.
Mick gets out and.
Well, you don't believe my kids are coming off the bus at this hour?
I'll show you pictures of them right now. No, but
that's how my good deed backfired. I beat up a stranded couple.
The lie kind of it turned into.
Yeah.
You got to take me into like. But I don't know, man, because just the balls of some people. Like, that's ballsy. Can you take me to an ATM? Like, no.
It's a weird request.
It really is.
I would just be like, why aren't you going to be able to? Why? Now I just want their personal like.
Yeah.
Well,
I was willing to change your tire, but you get the fuck away from my car.
If you sell me a believable story on why I have to take you to an ATM and not why you can't handle this in a different way, then maybe I'll.
You should have showed her all the dents in your car. I'm like, lady, I'm not a good driver. You want to walk?
If she's like, I want to tip the driver $20, I'd almost be like, I'd rather give you $20 than have you in my car.
Here's a $20. Stay away from me.
Did you ever see that Robert Rodriguez movie? Was it Dead Trap?
Yeah,
the car, Death Proof.
Death Proof. Yeah.
Never seen it.
Well, you've got it more than I did.
I kind of saw it.
But yeah, so that was my. So there's my 3 good deeds that I did. One is not really a deed. One is like I should have done that. The other one is I fixed the bike. That was good. That was a good deed when I could have kept running. And then I think the other one is my good. I still think I did the right thing by stopping to ask him for help, asking did they want help. But then I just turned it onto a lie and didn't really help to the full capacity.
I mean, you're totally in the clear with the stopped couple.
All right, good.
I
mean, I'm acting like I gave.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's not technically even a good deed because you didn't do anything, but it balanced itself out. But it was like the right thing to do. You check on the person. You go, "You good?" They go, "Yeah, we're good." Somebody goes, "Can you take me to the ATM?" You just drive right past them, and that's pretty much.
That's like, no. I'm coming back here when there's a puddle. By the way, I'm just gonna fucking.
Yeah.
It's like I was at a pizza place recently, and
20 minutes ago. Go on.
20 minutes ago, on the way here, I ate pizza at 9:30 a.m. this morning. While Dan was at the gym.
Hell yeah.
No, but like I heard this woman in front. I thought she was paying in front of me, and she seemed like she was trying to find enough cash in her wallet or whatever. And I thought I heard her say, "Oh, I can't believe I forgot my card at home." And once I heard her say that, because I saw she had money, so I figured, what could it be, like a buck or two that she's short? You know what I mean? She's getting a couple slices. I'm like, how much is the difference? I'll pay for it. It's no problem. Because I'm like, give me my fucking pizza. I want to sit down and eat my banana.
Yeah, I can see my pizza.
Let's speed up this process. You know what I mean? But she was like, oh, no, I have my card. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought I must. And the pizza guy behind the counter, he was like, oh, but that was really cool, though. That was a nice thing. And I was like, I mean, it's not a big deal. I didn't get to do it. I just had to, like, Mick Thomas just checking in is the good deed. You know what I mean?
Right. And you still feel like a great person.
Yeah.
It's a Louis C.K. bit, isn't it? Where it's like, I was sitting
the veteran giving up his seat.
I was sitting in first class. A veteran was walking by me, and I thought to myself, I should get up and give him my seat. I didn't, but I thought about it, so it made me feel real good.
I was like, oh, I'm such a good person.
I have no good. Every time I see someone in need of a good deed now, I just think to myself, wish Mick Thomas were here.
Wish Mick Thomas were here to tell him he wouldn't drive them
save
somewhere.
the day.
I would fly in and help.
Yeah, but can I help you change your tire? Can you give me a ride to the ATM? What am I, an Uber? Fuck you. Just drive up.
I am a good deed person with a pinch of honesty.
I think I want to cover one more topic before we wrap it up, just because it seemed to get such a rise out of Mick earlier, is I want to hear more about the Ziggy show. Our good friend John Ziegler going through a tough time.
Well, let me talk about the positives of the show first, because I feel like Mick's going to be attack mode.
Mick's already shaking his head, looking away. I'm like, what happened at this show?
So we had a fundraiser for our friend John Ziegler. Who
didn't work out though. So
cancer.
Yeah, he's gone now.
Oh Jesus.
R.I.P. Ziegler.
It's like knocking at the window, like, guys, I'm still here. Ziegler closed the show out after Colin Quinn, which Colin Quinn, big name, right? Ziegler walks up, does 25 minutes or whatever.
Bunch of new stuff, which was all great.
All new stuff. Like, all half of it was new stuff. It was so good. And it was, like, so timely. And people, like, you could get people. Gage had, was it Gage who had a really funny line where it was like, he's not getting any better, folks, or like whatever.
I said that.
Oh, the
whole audience boot like went silent.
Yeah, he was.
Like I was killing, and then I was like, just bomb. Like
you made the green room joke on stage, and the audience didn't go for it.
But I heard one laugh in the back, which was John Truson. I was like, that's all I needed. I was like, fuck you people.
This is for us.
Yeah, that's for us.
You better start laughing right now. I'll drag his ass out here and beat him in front of you.
Yeah. But so it was a good show, great show for all. The lineup was great. Everyone did really well on the show. It was cool to like kind of see all your friends you haven't seen in a while. It was great to see Ziegler go up and do comedy at that level, which he hasn't done since pre-pandemic.
He looked good and he looked strong.
He looked good. He looked like he didn't miss a day on stage, which is. And then he did an act out, and I was like, that's the first act that I've ever seen. And even he was like, that was the most action I've ever done on stage.
I think that was my favorite part, him addressing the fact.
Yeah, like him doing like this little walk, and then being that's the most I've ever done.
I talked to him a lot on the phone, and he was kind of preparing me for this. I look sickly, gauntly. I look terrible. Like, I was expecting, like, this fucking skeleton to come in.
He was the bear Jew before this. He was enormous, and now he looks like
that's
a normal
He looks like a normal
being.
person. And that's what I think, because I was expecting this, like, Mr. Burns-looking guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he looked great. He looked fucking great.
It's really that bigorexia, when, like, you're somebody who gets, like, really massive, and then, like, you lose weight. You're like, oh, my God, I'm so... Like,
bigorexia?
Yeah, it's like, what's dudes on steroids. We call it's bigorexia when you do steroids.
Ziegler's not on steroids.
No, he's not. But, like...
Not now, because that would mess with his chemo.
Yeah, that would kill him. So steroids... People who are on steroids like get real big, and then like what happens when you off cycle, because you're supposed to off cycle, is that you get smaller, but you don't get as small as you were. You still gain mass, but it's lesser than when you're less swollen, right? So people who are on steroids who are using that to get really big freak out, and they start not off cycling. And that's where bigorexia comes from. I don't want to lose the size of the gains, and then
is it a made-up word amongst?
No, it's like a term, like a wrestling thing, like where people like bigorexia guy.
Gym bros.
It's wrestling. It's never gym bros. Gym bros are my gym bros. First off, we don't do steroids.
We're into
when you guys walk by, you do the Top Gun one. The top.
No, we straight up just kiss.
Okay.
We just Stoked Athletics in West Babylon. If you ever want to get a good workout and randomly French a boy,
Strong Island Boxing, Stoked Athletics, I'll be on my couch in my basement.
What's that pizza place?
But anyway, the Ziegler gig was.
So that was the positives. Now
it was more positive. I mean, the whole thing was like from start to finish. It was like. And
how was the rest of your set besides that one?
It was great up front, that one thing in the middle, and it ended great. I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a shit. I really didn't.
I know.
And
but it's good to be. I'm still running high off the juice. Anytime I'm doing comedy in a full room indoors right now, I'm still like, this is fucking amazing.
But it was the best.
And then you hear a cough, and you like,
it was the best lineup that this club had in years.
Yeah.
Like from start to finish, you know what I mean? There was no. I don't mean.
It was like a super show. It was
no
a super
filler.
show.
Like
Joey
everyone
Cola hosting.
Everyone did great. Like everyone did great. And it was just so I did the line like halfway through. I don't know why I said it. It was something like about how much time do I have or something. I think I said,
comics to the left didn't get a laugh out of that one.
2 of them laughed.
And you're like, you guys are all right.
2 of them. I didn't. It's hard to like
team.
look down. Like I'm like, why the fuck are you up front? Like I'm still annoyed by that.
That wouldn't even bother me though because
I looked down first.
Full,
no. Here's the thing though. Here's what I will say. As somebody who like was in that room, there were a lot of people in the back of the room who were not comedians who should have had that front row seat. I think that they didn't mean anything by it, and it wasn't like they were trying to get on stage or whatever. It was like where they were sat. That was just it. Like people just put them there as a like. I sat in the back right corner of the room, like hiding from people, because I was like, let me just get away from it. I'll sit all the way in the back.
That's Rooney's corner.
Yeah, you know how it is. So I sit. You sit in the corner and you like kind of wait. And if I were the comedians, I would have had that back wall. We could have all sat in the back and like hung out and been whatever, and had all the crowd up front. But I don't think that they did it on purpose. That's not like the motive of what was happening.
I didn't think they did it on purpose until you said all that. Now I think they did it just to fuck with Mick.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, here's Mick," and they were all like, "This fucking asshole."
Because I didn't like. I looked down.
What do we got? Party at 20 Comics? Bob's your uncle back.
Because I looked down and I just go, wait, is that Travis Grant? Why the fuck would Travis Grant sit here? That guy looks just like Travis Grant. I was like, when I get off, I'm going to call Travis Grant. Do you notice a motherfucker looks just like you?
Travis Grant was also sitting by me, so he was there in numerous places. That dude was just wandering the floor. I swear to you. At one point out there, I'm like, why the fuck is he standing next to me? I thought he was sitting there.
But I said I said the line that, I don't know why I said it, but I said something like, don't worry guys, I'll be off soon. Ziegler doesn't have that much longer. And everybody just died.
They got like an, oh.
Well, I saw. That's the thing. We're comics. We like those jokes. Some of the audience might have smiled at it, but maybe not laughed at it. But like, I saw people in the audience while John was doing very funny jokes, making most of the audience laugh. I saw some people just like crying silently, and I was like, guys, he's here having fun now. Like, fucking smile.
If he could go out, like, let's just say for a fact he knew. Like,
Jeez,
do you think he wants to look down and see you wiping tears away from your eyes while he's like killing on stage?
Well, what's funny, like I was at the back, and the way I was so vicious that night. Like I did the radio show here, right? And I was more vicious, and you know why? And I'll be honest when I say this, and I hope Ziegler doesn't like listen to this just for douchiness, but because it was so hard to be here for what it was for. Like, it was the first time I'd seen him in so long. My sadness was amped up. And when my sadness is amped up, my assholeness gets up, like, with humor.
Wow, you're always sad, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You're just depressed.
So my humor was so vicious. And that's why, the first thing I said when I saw Ziegler, and I'd spoke to him, but it was my first time seeing him in, I think, nearly, not a year, because he worked with me at the Paramount maybe 6 months ago. And the first thing when I saw him, I was happy to see him, but so sad. But the first thing I said to him was, wow, this is what it takes to sell tickets. I got to get cancer. I was like, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go home and put my balls in the microwave. Right? Do you know what I mean? And it was fucking vicious all night long, just like that. It was just so uncomfortable.
I've never liked put something in the microwave jokes because you can't close the door and make it work. So, like, it's kind of a moot point.
Hack Thomas.
So that's
first time I saw Ziegler, we were at Ziegler. I have to make sure his wrestling name Ziegler. So first time I saw Ziegler, we were at the Lighthouse Diner, and he had just had the surgery. He had abdominal surgery. He was just getting up and walking around. Anthony DiDomenico went and picked him up. He got out of Anthony's car. He started walking over.
I'll tell you how light Ziegler is now.
Yeah, I looked. Yeah. I looked at Ziegler. I looked at Anthony. I was like, "Why can't you get on his diet?" That was it. because you, as much as a comic, you don't want to be like. You almost like sympathy is weak, right? Like you don't want to be super sympathetic because I think it's gonna. You want to see if you can make him laugh in the darkest moment. Like,
yeah,
that's. And he's the most uncomfortable, and it's like. Dan's gonna be like, notice how small I am, like, and especially for a guy like him, where it's like his whole life has been about getting in shape and being this big dude, and then you walk
especially
up to
you being so big now.
Yeah. When he comes up, look how fucking swole Dan is, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
Like, sorry for showing up. So
like 320. 320. But like even at the back when Ziggler came out first, like I wanted to watch his set. And then when he came out and he got a standing ovation, like I got choked up, right?
Yeah.
So all I said was, instead of like letting everyone know I got choked up, it was like, he didn't even tell one fucking joke and they're already standing up. Like how he didn't even earn that ovation yet. No. And I just walked away and I walked into the back room and it was just like, but it was a great night.
Forgetting, like, if you did not know it was a fundraiser for him and you went in and you watched the show and you watched him go up and he would have just killed.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. Yeah. He killed.
I mean, I would have looked at people in the audience and been like, what's wrong with this fucking person? Wiping tears away from their eyes. This is a great comedy show, top to bottom. Right? He's just so... All right, well...
He definitely dressed like an art teacher. Like, I couldn't figure... He wore, like, that big... like, a shirt that was, like, somewhat blousy.
No, it's the same shirt he's had. Like,
right, but if he had just worn the T-shirt he had been wearing, he would look fine.
He would look fine.
But he was wearing, like, a blousy, like, like a...
Well, he's cold, Dan. He's shriveled away.
He came out like, today we're going to work with pastels.
He's an angry art teacher.
Yeah, we had one. So, yeah.
They all are.
Makes sense. All right, well, I guess we can wrap up here. Hey, guys, end of this month, August 31st, myself, Mick, and Rooney will be at RJ Daniels in Rockville Center. Make sure you go to Eventbrite and find the show. Buy some tickets. Come see us live. It'll be just as racy. I don't know. We're just going to do a podcast, like, live at RJ Daniels.
Is that what it is? Is that what we are? Are we racy?
Yeah, well, one of us is. Fucking old Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
I will be at tonight. I'll be at the Copeg Firehouse Wrestling. I'll be at in Worcester, Massachusetts on August 22nd wrestling, and that's my schedule, guys. Oh, and August 27th, 28th, I'll be at Mohegan Sun in the Poconos.
I forget what I have, but I'm still on Instagram, so follow me there at Dennis,
for now
at Dennis Rooney 7. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting rid of that too. What do you guys think? Talk me out of deleting all my social medias. And yeah, come check out that RJ Daniels show on August 31st.
Yeah, I'm the same. Mick Thomas Comedy on Instagram. I'm following Rooney's footsteps, and I will be getting rid of Facebook and Twitter. I'm just angry all day long. Just can't believe how dumb people are, and it's like I'm upset myself.
You could just promote your show and then never go back on.
Yeah, but you just see something.
Even the promotion thing, I have a problem with.
Yeah.
I'm real lazy.
Someone talked me into doing TikTok videos recently. I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna put some stuff up on TikTok, and I've tried to shoot it for 3 days, and I can't. I can't shoot a video of myself.
Yeah, no, it's hard. But yeah, my other podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy, check that out. That's it's a little bit more angry than this.
Just slightly. All right, guys, that's it.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Be good.